Hello guys, Mike here at Royal Productions. Today's the 23rd of December 2018 and this is going to be another Rambly video. Basically it's my 2018 roundup video that I always do. It's a little bit earlier than normal. I normally do this on New Year's Eve, but I kind of have this process of trying to wrap up what I've done in the year, give you a bit of an insight into where I'm going next year, and it's kind of a way of me running a diary for my years basically. So this year's been, well, I think part of the reason I want to put this out earlier than normal is I want to give myself some time before the year wraps out to kind of stop planning, or to get the planning done, I should say, before we move into 2019. This year's been very it's been very much a thinky year. It's been a bit of a sleepy year. In terms of output, it's probably been my quietest year to date. But in terms of the relationships that I've built, kind of the things I've learned about myself and my own progression, it's probably been the most valuable. So if that makes sense, it's been quiet in terms of releases and in terms of projects on the shelf, if you like, but hugely valuable and hugely full of wealth personally, professionally. You know, my mind's definitely a lot more relaxed and kind of in the game than it perhaps was last year, which is awesome, and I'm really pleased about that. We started the year quite productively with a short film I scored called Crazy Woman Got a Gun for All Visions Align Limited. That went down very well in LA, especially a couple of the independent film festivals there. We got some really good feedback. Wicked start to the year. I'm hoping that's going to lead on to something else, but I haven't been given the information yet, so I don't want to, as I said in previous videos, let's not talk about projects until they're confirmed, right? Yeah, good start to the year. Really, really pleased with that. Arcs EP. So that got halted for a number of issues. Namely, my Mac was being absolutely a nightmare. It just was popping, clicking, going crazy, and causing me some real issues, as you guys knew from the if you've watched the previous kind of screen captured videos that I was doing. Those Jurassic World pitch run throughs were a bit crackly, right? So yeah, I bought a new Mac probably about 4 months back, and that's been running really, really well. Straight away I've got a few pitches out. There's one very exciting pitch that I did around a month ago that I'm still waiting to hear back from. So again, I'm not going to say anything about it, but I probably will release the track either way. So that will be something that I'm looking to kind of probably put out as a single next year. I just need to be a bit careful about if it gets placed or not. And kind of yeah, we're not going to say too much more about that, but that if that one moves forward, that'll be a really, really good start for me. You know, my first proper pitch in my new studio, and we get a really good placement, that'll be awesome. So that's going on. Q1 next year is pretty much going to be all about getting the Arcs EP out. So we've pretty much got 2 and a bit tracks done. We just need to work on maybe 1 or 2 additional bits of kind of original songs. I know Arcs is full of lyrics, so that's like a cinematic hip-hop EP that I've been producing and writing the beats for. Arcs is kind of looking at doing the videos, and it's like a real kind of like bit of a passion project for us, I suppose, mixing kind of cinematic edges in with hip-hop, and you know, lyrically it's very cinematic. The whole project is very cinematic, let's put it that way. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting that finally delivered, and I know Arcs is like jumping about trying to get it delivered and finished. So Q1 2019, that project will be out and released, and then we'll look to either develop the album or look at kind of mixing up the style. That's, you know, that's something that we'll talk about in later videos. On a personal level, I'm working on a concept album based around sleep. So that's in collaboration with my buddy Steve Hope Wynn. Hello, if you are watching this, mate. I'm sure you will tune in at some point. So Steve's contributed his own kind of quite quirky track, and I'm nicking bits of it to run through the album. So it's a bit of a concept album. We all sleep, right? We all have to go to bed at night, and we all experience certain things during our sleep, but no one really talks about it, and I find that quite strange. You know, to me, your sleep is almost like the core of your subconscious and the core of your being. You know, you know, from kids into young adults into adults, we all into old age, our sleep kind of varies and it changes, and I sometimes find that, you know, the dreams we have and those sorts of things are quite interesting. So yeah, I'm going to do this whole concept album based around sleep, which again, that'll probably be Q2 that goes out, in terms of me looking at my my planning for that. Also within Q1, I'm producing a track for a collaborator called George Jarvis, who I've mentioned briefly on here before. I don't want to digress too into that because, as we've said, A, we don't talk about projects till they're confirmed, and B, he probably isn't going to want me to talk too much about it just yet. But that's really interesting. I'm going to be recording some vocals here, and arranging his track. What we do with the track after that is going to be up to him, how he kind of attacks the PR for that. Then moving into kind of the throughout the year, I'm going to continue pitching, mainly for trailer. Well, I suppose you didn't know, but I pitched for like a filler scene within the new Harry Potter trailer for Cursed Child. We didn't get that placement, but it's fine for me to talk about it. Obviously, the Jurassic World pitches, you know about that one. And there's one that's currently out, like I said earlier, that I'm really, really hopeful, like real fingers crossed. It'll be a great place to for me to start moving forward. So, yeah, 2019 is, I'm hoping, going to be very busy with, in terms of, you know, weekly, bi-weekly pitches to LA for trailer. The Arcs EP, my personal kind of dark ambient EP, if you like. And just continuing with YouTube, and I'm quite enjoying these kind of you know, weekly blogs I've been doing, or vlogs. I don't know whether I'll keep doing them every week. It might be kind of every other week at times, but it's a good way for me to get these things out and kind of you know, improve on my communication and my comms, I suppose, with you guys. And like I say, it's always great for me to be able to look back, almost like my like a professional diary, I suppose. But yeah, 2018, it was good and bad. I would say it's been mainly good, especially towards the latter part of the year. You know, I turned 30 this year, which was a bit of a wake up, Mike. You know, all these kind of, I suppose, issues I perhaps, you know, brushed under the carpet in terms of my own productivity, let's say, and things like that have kind of given me a bit of a slap in the face. So I've become a little bit of a philosopher. Been reading a lot of philosophy and kind of trying to, I think it all links in. If you're going to write for film, you know, you've got to understand the human condition, and you've got to understand, you know, culture and people, basically. So, you know, I think if we can look into East and Western philosophies, if we can kind of look at different religions and just observe, I think as a composer, really, you should be observing human behaviour. So it's been useful for me to read these ideas and kind of for myself, to kind of understand your place in the world as perhaps on an existential level, but as well as just, you know, general observation of humans and human psychology and things like that. It helps you to perhaps understand characters, understand situations, understand stories, you know, and hopefully you can take all that information and tell a great story musically alongside your director and your producer and your scriptwriter and all the other thousands of people that you may come across during your productions, you know. Yeah, that's, you know, in 10 minutes here. I don't want this to run much past 10 minutes, but that's kind of been 2018. It's been very reflective, very, you know, great personal growth, lots of planning. You know, now 2019 is about putting that planning and putting those ideas and those thoughts into action, and actually producing them and getting those things out the door as quick as possible. And I'm going to try and include you guys in that journey as much as possible. As always, I'm ever grateful for the support. It's always great to get comments from you guys, and I know some of the videos have been helpful, especially the screen captured stuff where I'm going through different DAWs. We're back in Pro Tools as well as Logic, so there'll be some stuff coming from Pro Tools as well as Logic, and I picked up a few plugins over Black Friday that I'll cover, and a couple of new libraries. So I hope you guys have an awesome Christmas and New Year 2018. You know, look after yourselves, and I will see you very, very early in 2019. So that's all from me, my little wrap up of 2018. So as always, guys, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking. If there's anything you want me to kind of cover on the channel, or even just pull up like this and have a chat about, let me know and I'll do it. Or I'll do it if I can. Some things you can't always talk about. But wicked. Big love to you all, and I'll see you in about 2 weeks. Take care, guys. Bye bye.